sun is shining here in Pocono, Pennsylvania, and welcome everyone to Pocono International Speedway for the Great American Getaway 400 here at Pocono. I am NG alongside Bryce, LM, and Speedway here for the Pocono pre-race show. Guys, it's sure to be a good one tonight here in the Long Pond.
We have 26 laps today in the Pocono Mountains. I'm excited to get the race here started at the Tricky Triangle. This is going to be a fun one.
We're already 15 races into the Nasmar Community Cup Series season, and this is another one to top off a great season we've already had, and yeah.
As the chase is coming up soon, we need to get ready and start winning some races, because if you don't, you may miss out on the chase and lose out on the championship.
Absolutely. Every single corner profile is different around this, of course, Tricky Triangle that these drivers have to conquer every single one for those 26 laps. And it's sure to be a good one today.
As now we'll take a look at the in-season challenges. We already had Michigan last week. We have Pocono today and San Diego, the seeding races for the in-season challenge. And the tournament races, we got Sonoma, Chicagoland, Atlanta, North Wilkesboro, and Indianapolis. 5 incredible races. I'm going to predict those.
Yeah, these are great opportunities for like a small race team, as we saw last year in the real life in-season challenge. Not big names making it through the tournament as well, but this is just an opportunity for some small race teams to get some good money.
There are a ton of different styles of racetracks coming up during the tournament and the seeding races. We have short tracks, road courses, and even a triangle. I don't even know what type of track that is. Can't really consider it an intermediate. Why it's such a special type of track.
Now the track breakdown, this track is a demon of its very, very own. Unique in every aspect. Every corner is different. Every straightaway is different, but turn 1 is the most banked of them all. 14 degrees in banking through turn number 1. It's long, it's sweeping, and it comes right off the start-finish line front stretch.
Now after turn 1, we go into the Long Pond straightaway, the second longest straight front stretch. It is going to be very tight going from that straightaway into the tunnel turn, but we've seen some crazy crashes happen a couple years ago with Martin Truex Jr. here at Pocono. I'm excited to see what's going to happen here.
After the Long Pond straightaway, we head to the trickiest of them all, the tunnel turn. It gets bumpier every single year, and it's caused the most chaos in every single race that's happened this season so far.
And now we go down to the short chute, which has produced lots of action through the past years of Nasmar at this track. And you never know what's going to go down after turn 2, the bumpiest part of the racetrack.
Yeah, and then you come to the long, sweeping turn 3, longer than turn 1, and it has a 6 degrees of banking. It's slow, it's long, and then you get right down into the front stretch, the longest straightaway on any oval in the Nasmar Community Cup Series.
And now we have tips for the Tricky Triangle. Watch out for the chaotic restarts. You can go 5, 6, 7, 8 wide on that front stretch, and it's going to be chaos, especially late in the race. We have a late race restart. It's going to get chaotic, and turn 1 will also be pretty chaotic after those restarts.
And yeah, so here for your next tip for the Tricky Triangle, it's going to be avoid them wrecks, especially on those restarts. It's going to be chaos, as you just said, and it's going to be cars everywhere, and you're going to have to avoid them as they're going to be wrecking all the time.
And now, drafting is especially playing into a key role of this race, especially on all straightaways, no matter how long, like the front stretch, compared to the short chute. No matter where on this track, drafting will always play a huge key to winning this race.
And now the sun will set on the track, and you'll start to see the sun go down and it becomes a bright orange down the front straightaway, especially as the sun goes down, the temperature starts to cool down and change, the track gets more grip, changing the entire outcome of the race.
Please rise if you're able and remove your hats as East Coast Racing Network offers today's pre-race invocations.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, we come to you today with open arms, stretched so wide to receive your beautiful grace and your beautiful mercy. We just thank you so much for all the ways that you've provided for us and that you've brought us here today for some great racing here in Pocono. We thank you so much, again, just for all the graces you've shown on us. We pray your safety and protection over all the crew members, drivers, everyone here in attendance, and everyone around the world, our first responders, everyone out overseas serving for our country at home and abroad. And Lord, we just thank you so much for all the blessings you have shown on us. And we pray all of this in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Now it's time for the picks for the race. I'm personally going to go with Kyle Larson. He's one of the best at this track, at the Tricky Triangle. He is one of the best in the Nasmar Community Cup Series. And Kyle Larson, I think he's going to get the win today in Pocono.
Now for my pick, I'm going to pick Chase Elliott. He started at the rear end of the field, but he showed speed in the past races. And I think he's going to be able to work himself up through the field to get the win here today.
Another driver that's going to be chasing after the win is Chase Briscoe. Watch out for that 19 Toyota machine.
And I'm going to pick Ryan Blaney in the 12 machine. Now this team brings a fast car. They won the real life race here in 2024. They won the NASCAR race here last year. And they also won it in the 21 car back in 2017, holding off a strong Kyle Busch to get his first win of his career in real life. But everything can come into play. Everything's going to shift. And usually it goes to 12's way most times.
Those were our picks. Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Chase Briscoe, Ryan Blaney. Let's see if any of them get the win today in Pocono.
Let's hope, as that will be the goal for all of us. But now let's send down to the command to start the engines.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the moment you've been waiting for. Here to give the command of fire the engines, please welcome Speed Cup Stop Motion.
Pocono Raceway! It is time to get the NASMAR Community Cup Series race underway! Before we get the command, I would like to remember Greg Biffle and Michael Lynette. Today, folks, we race for them! Drivers, start your engines!
And the engines are fired. The car is about to go on to the tricky triangle. Let's send it up to Interstate, Kraken, and Last Lap there in the booth.
Wait.
I literally like that too. Yeah.
You need cooling, baby. I'm not fooling. I'm gonna send you back to schooling. I'm gonna give you my love. I'm gonna give you my love. Oh, want a whole lot of love. Want a whole lot of love.
After a long wait, the Nasmar Community Cup Series finally returns to the Pocono Raceway for the Great American Getaway 400. I'm your host, IBCS, and joining me up in the booth today is Kraken Racing Network and Last Lap Stop Motion.
Yes, welcome to Pocono Raceway. The NASMAR Community Cup Series has seen great battles at this racetrack, previously hosted by Gavin Beers. But here today on YouTube, Interstate Battery Cup Series will take over here in Pocono to produce one heck of a race. Kraken, what do you think about today's race?
I think today is going to be one of the best shows we have seen in a long time in NASMAR. Qualifying was absolutely chaotic. Ryan Preece got the pole, and Pocono has historically here in NASMAR had some of the greatest battles. Interstate, how are we feeling about today's race?
It'll be a great race for sure. Every single year, this track provides an absolute show for these race fans. And we got 26 laps out in front of us today. But let's take a look at the starting lineup for today's race and see the 40 cars. We're getting ready to take down 26 laps here at the Tricky Triangle.
And here's your starting lineup for the Great American Getaway 400 here in Pocono. Ryan Preacher, pole sitter alongside William Byron in that 24 car. In the second row, we have Ross Chastain and Ryan Blaney. Row 3, Chase Briscoe and Kyle Larson. Row 4 consists of Chris Busher and Christopher Bell. And row 5, rounding out your top 10, is Joey Logano and Daniel Suarez.
In row number 6, Denny Hamlin is going to be alongside Michael McDowell. And in row 7, Kyle Busch and Tyler Reddick. And in row 8 behind them, Todd Gilliland and Josh Berry, followed up by Carson Osbar and Alex Bowman. And rounding out your top 20, Bubba Wallace and AJ Allmendinger.
Row number 11 will consist of Austin Cindric at the 80 and Connor Zillage. Row 12 will consist of Cole Custer and Ty Gibbs. Then it's Ty Dillon in the 4 of Noah Gregson and North Effect. It's Josh Berry. Then it's John Hunter Nemechek. That's the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And rounding out the top 30, it's Zane Smith in the number 38 and Brad Keselowski in the number 6.
And in row 16, we have Corey LaJoy starting beside the 7-time champ of Jimmy Johnson. Row 17 of Riley Hurt and Eric Jones. Row 18 has Catherine Lake and Cody Quinn. Row 19, the road course Springer of Shane Van Bergen and the food car of Boston Dillon. Row 20 has Burt Myers and Chase Elliott, who had a practice crash and start dead last.
Here we go, stick around.
Yesterday in practice, Chase Elliott blows a tire into turn number 3 and hits the wall really hard. Your stage analyst is stage 1 is 4 laps, stage 2 and stage 3 are the exact same length of 11 laps. Pit road speed is 66 miles an hour and the fuel window is 12 to 14 laps.
The field will be up in the hands of the 60 of Ryan Priest and the 24 of William Byron Priest, electing to start on the outside in front of a sellout crowd here at the Tricky Triangle. Ryan Priest, William Byron lead the field to green, and we're underway in 2026 here at Pocono.
They fan out, falling down in the turn 1. The safety car of Ryan Priest takes the lead as a 3 wide for second into 1.
What a move by the one of Ross Chastain to send it 3 wide as they're 3 wide for the back with Chris Buescher, Chase Briscoe, and Daniel Suarez out there as Ryan Priest is going to keep the lead with Ryan Blaney and Kyle Larson hot on his heels as they head down into turn number 3 to complete the first lap.
Top 3 single file now as a side-by-side performance, but at the line, Ryan Priest will lead lap number 1. William Byron, and we get clear to Water Cascade for 4th place as we see Joey Logano pushing the number 17 Chris Buescher down the front straightaway.
You know, it's not crazy to see this skid out of RFK like this. Usually we see it at the short tracks, usually like New Hampshire and Bristol and Richmond. But today we're seeing it on the big 2.5 mile Pocono Triangle as Ryan Priest continues to lead as they're fighting for second behind.
Kyle Larson around the outside in the tunnel turn. What a move for Kyle Larson to take second. And now he sets his sights on the Kroger number 60 machine of Ryan Priest as he leaves that Menards number 12 in the dust, down the front straightaway in the draft. Can Kyle Larson make an impact in this stage?
Fly by on the field. Here comes Logano, splitting it in the middle between the 20 and the 17. And into turn number 1, he'll be able to have the edge over the 20 of Christopher Bell, where Ryan Priest continues to pull away with the race lead as they head down the Long Pond straightaway and coming to the tunnel turn.
Kyle Larson slowly gaining on that 60 machine. He was about 5/10 back when he made the pass. Now he's about 2. Can he make the move? Going into 3 comes the white flag here in stage 1. At the see, I'm going to guess he's going to take this big draft down the front straightaway and try to make the move along here in the white flag.
Flag here in stage 1. Kyle Larson sucking right into the back of that number 60 car, but it just doesn't seem like he has a big enough run through turn 1. Ryan Priest doing an excellent job of dirty air blocking, something that you have to do in this next-gen car to survive at these big tracks. And it almost seems like the entire field is spread out very evenly, so I'm wondering if they're doing a bit of fuel saving to save for that second stage. As through the tunnel turn for the final time, Ryan Priest has it.
What a stage for Ryan Priest, leading every single lap here in this race so far. But coming out of turn number 3, the pulse of Ryan Priest gets it done in stage number 1 over Kyle Larson by a long shot. Ryan Blaney getting third, but there's your stage 1 winner of Ryan Priest, and the field will get racked up for caution pit stops as we will take a very quick commercial break. Stay tuned, folks, because the field will be coming on a pit road later on. Welcome back here at Pocono. We got the sellout crowd here today at the Tricky Triangle down the front straightaway. There's actually more fans in this field. This is a good portion of it. But yeah, before we went to commercial break, Ryan Priest absolutely dominated stage number 1. Now last lap and Kraken will take us through the stage 1 results. get ready to come towards pit road here for crossing.
Yeah, Ryan Priest putting on an absolute clinic in stage 1. He picks up that green and white checkered flag. He'll get valuable stage points heading into the stage. Take a look at that top 5 that has, your usual drivers up front, but look at Ross Chastain getting valuable points in the top 5 of the stage.
Joey Logano through Chase Briscoe. Very interesting lineup here, Pocono. These drivers are usually near the back in stage 1, so it's a very nice change-up. And now we're heading down pit road.
The Ryan Priest will lead the field on pit road. Blaney getting his pit stall, set it out in your pit reporter.
Ryan Blaney likes how his car is doing and does not want any adjustments. 4 tires and fuel for the 12 Ford Mustang.
Ross Chastain says the car is a bit too tight into the corner, so the team will make a bit of a wedge adjustment along with his 4 tires and fuel, and off he goes.
Daniel Squire said he's happy with his car and just needs 4 tires and fuel for the 7 car.
In a race off of pit road, William Byron gonna win it off. Second, Kyle Larson. Third, Ross Chastain. And Ryan Priest has lost so much ground on pit road.
Ryan Priest has major issues under pit stops. He will most likely fall nearly outside the top 10 after winning that stage.
The choose cone is being applied. Tyler Reddick takes the inside. Josh Berry takes the outside. Hocevar is going to go with Berry, and Zilich right behind Tyler Reddick. The Great American Getaway 400 is now back under green. Tyler Reddick and Josh Berry lead them as they run down into turn number 1.
Ready to launch between a 45 and a 21. Berry not giving the 45 an inch of room down into turn number 1. They're still going to be side by side as they come out of Long Pond straightaway.
Still side by side for the race lead on old tires. Can they withstand the turn? Will Josh Berry live? Let Reddick lead, if he will. Reddick clears the race lead, heading to the tunnel, turn it down into turn 3.
Tyler Reddick holds the lead in turn number 3. Carson Osemar with a great restart up into third. How about Kyle Larson? Massive sideways for the 45, and that's
here comes Berry.
Allow Berry to the inside as we head down into turn number 1. What is happening?
Side by side for race lead once again, and it's Berry out to the point, able to clear the 45 out of turn number 1. It's Josh Berry that takes the race lead as they head down a Long Pond straightaway.
Josh Berry using those old tires to still fight off Tyler Reddick. He takes the race lead. Your first car on fresh tires is that 5 car. Kyle Larson right behind the 88 of Connor Zilich. Can he fight off all these drivers, or is Connor Zilich? Oh, there's a crash! William Byron and Austin Dillon crashing off the tunnel turn. It looks like the 3 car of Austin Dillon is on fire. The caution flag will fly for the first time.
A great save by the 24 and a day ender for the 3 on fire. Thankfully, he is okay. William Byron brings it down pit road to assess that left rear damage as we will go see a replay. And it looked like going into the tunnel turn, Dillon hits the bump, gets sideways, and absolutely slams into the 24 and then slams hard into that outside wall.
You know, Berry Show talked about the tunnel turn every single year. It gets really bumpy. Even more bumpier than last season. So the tunnel turn once again strikes some drivers. And yeah, that's going to be a day ender for Austin Dillon. William Byron, not much damage, but he will be on pit road and we'll have to start last out of all the remaining drivers.
I'm really surprised that William Byron was able to keep it out of the fence there. I mean, look at the second camera angle. He barely kept it out of the wall, but Austin Dillon trying to stay alive here. He smashed that outside wall, and it's a day over for the 3 car.
Said the 24 with an amazing save. How about Noah Gregson with a nice wreck avoidance? As the replay ends and the choose cone happens, Berry takes the outside. Hocevar once again taking it with Berry. So the top 4 with the choose cone has not changed. As there's Austin Dillon in the garage area. Day is done for the 3 car.
And here we go, back to the green flag. Reddick out to a good launch, and he's cleared on the front straightaway right in front of the 21 of Josh Berry. The field right now fading out of the back, but they'll be side by side for Curtis. Reddick pulled away, and here comes Larson down to the inside.
He won first place with Kyle Larson, but Tyler Reddick shot out of a cannon here at Pocono. Berry trying to hang on, but the 5 car is starting up the front.
What a start by Kyle Larson, making up tons of ground as they go into the tunnel turn. Him and Hocevar side by side. And who is going to back out first? It is going to be Carson Hocevar. Kyle Larson up to the third spot as we're going to come to 3 laps to go here in stage number 2.
What a recovery for the 45 of Tyler Reddick. Almost lost it on the first lap of the stage, but now he is back out to the front, pulling away from the 21 of Josh Berry. Ross Chastain making a move down to the inside of the 88 of Connor Dillon and is trying to chase down the leaders that they had into turn number 1.
Seeing how the top 2 is hanging on with the old tires, it seems like getting fresh tires might not be as big an advantage as everybody thought. Look at Ross Chastain passing the car, though. He's trying to charge to the front. It looks like Reddick's gapping the field on these.
And Tyler Reddick has just set the fastest lap of the race, that previous lap. So Tyler Reddick absolutely flying as he's going to come down pit road, and it looks like he is going to split the stage.
Race leader Tyler Reddick says the car is great and will take 4 tires and fuel for that Jordan brand Toyota.
Carson Hocevar had last season's race on his mind and wants to do whatever it takes to win. 4 tires and fuel for the 7-7.
Chris Cale has told the 11 to come to pit road in order to jump the field on the next restart. No adjustments for the 11, just 4 tires and fuel.
Thank you to our pit reporters. Chastain has closed the gap on the 5 of Carlos, and he peeks down to the inside. Side by side for the race lead as they head down to the short chute and coming to turn number 3. Jan Regazzino, white flag in stage number 1. Chastain on the inside, Larson on the outside, and Chastain looks down low. Way down on the bottom of the track with the 1.
The side drafting battle begins. Looks like Chastain's not going to be able to hang on there. Looks like Larson's probably going to be able to clear. Can Chastain hold his own? Yes, he can. He powers down into turn 1. They're still side by side.
Kyle Larson and Ross Chastain having an amazing battle for stage number 2. Here comes Joey Logano. Will he have any implications? Side by side down Long Pond, heading into the tunnel turn. How will this play out?
Still Chastain not giving Larson an eighth of room, heading out of the tunnel turn, a big round number 1, and coming out of turn number 2, he's going to clear the 5, down the short chute they go, 8 to mess, having a trend of winning stage 2, here's the tricky triangle, but Ross Chastain is going to end it here today in 2026. It's a 1 car to win stage number 2 here at Pocono.
Ross Chastain, your stage 2 winner here in Pocono, put it on a very entertaining battle for that race lead in the win in stage 2. Holding off the 5 of Kyle Larson, who looked to be the fastest car on fresh tires, but it turned out to be not true.
And what a finish to stage number 2. Ross Chastain with a last lap pass on Kyle Larson. Logano has to settle for 30, could not get there in time as the fans absolutely loving the show. There's the victory lane where the winner at the end of this stage will be placed. And now we're going to take a look at your Stage 2 results.
Ross Chastain winning the Stage 10 extra points to his name for the season. They're going to be very important for the chase. And Alex Bowman barely getting that final stage point. Having a very troublesome season right now, trying to get as many points as he can as we get closer towards the chase.
Looks like the 60 car Ryan Priest recovered decently well after seeing.
Oh my god. Yeah, the pace car broken. Oh no! What has happened?
The pace car
I have to push the pace car down on the pit road. With speaking of cars coming out of pit road, Ross Chastain going to lead the field down towards caution pit stops. Once again, let's send it on to your pit reporters.
Ryan Blaney says the car is good, but wants to get more speed into the corners. There'll be a small adjustment along with his 4 tires and fuel, and away he goes.
Todd Gillen has had a decent run so far, but wants more speed. 4 tires and fuel for the 34 along with a slight adjustment.
The 60 of Ryan Priest has been told to take an alternate strategy from the rest of the field. It's only 2 tires, but fuel for Priest.
And Ryan Priest, that crew is going to nail the pit stop beautifully. He's going to jump everybody down pit road. That number 1 pit stall worked very well. Tyler Reddick, Josh Berry, and Carson Hocevar once again staying out. But we have a couple more people staying out. 9 cars pitted on lap 13 and 14, with Tyler Reddick being the leader of those drivers. The choose cone is being applied, and once again, Hocevar, oh, he does not. Hocevar goes to the inside this time. So a little bit of a switch up for the Road 2 pushers.
And check out the Carvana Cup Series, a proud partner of this YouTube channel. Their next race will be at the Darlington Raceway just in time for Throwback Weekend. Check them out on the Bad Content Here YouTube channel as they get ready to come closer to the summer stretch of their season. It's going to be a great season. I'm also in the booth, so make sure to check out my good friend, Bad Content. And here we go. Coming back to the green flag, Reddick, Berry, once again, going to lead us off the green. And they get a dead even launch. Reddick with a huge run down our front straightaway. Will it be enough to get clear to 21? It won't be enough. Reddick, Berry, still side by side as they come into turn number 1.
The field is more on equal tires now than ever. And it looks like the guys who played a little bit of pit strategy is going to pay off from that. Now it looks like Carson Hocevar is going to fall into second place. Denny Hamlin trying to pounce on Josh Berry. But Reddick seeing the field in the back of his mirror, and he's gone.
Denny Hamlin with a really good start. Off from row number 3, Tyler Reddick once again with a great restart. Hocevar hot on his tracks as we head down to the tunnel.
Still Reddick pulling away with the race lead. Carson Hocevar trying to catch up to the 45. Down the front straightaway to go. It's still Reddick out to the front of the field. And Hamlin has made his way up to 4th. What a move by the 11.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin looking mighty fast here in Pocono. Larson also making a move on the inside down into turn 1. But Tyler Reddick hanging on there. I mean, he has just a few extra laps on these tires, but here in NASCAR Stop Motion, just a few laps on tires be a massive difference when it comes to pit strategy.
Set up perfectly, tires, big difference, as here comes Carson Hocevar to the outside of Tyler Reddick. They are not giving an inch as they head through the tunnel turn. Who is going to be the first to lift? It is going to be Tyler Reddick, as now Reddick trying to get the draft as we head into turn number 3. Carson Hocevar looks like he might be able to lead this lap. Oh, Tyler Reddick, he gets really loose right in the wall, and he's going to slam the inside wall very hard, and the caution comes back out here in Pocono.
Oh man, what a hit for the 45 of Tyler Reddick. Unfortunately, will not be able to win this race. Had the strategy play out perfectly throughout this entire race. Unfortunately, that one spin has costed him everything. Let's take a look at the replay once again. Tyler Reddick getting loose in turn number 3, and a hard hit for the 45 into the inside wall. My goodness, what a hit.
Yeah, that 45 car looks like it just snapped. Take a look at it one more time, just snapped. Oh, hot damn, that was a big hit. And he slams back in the inside wall. That car is destroyed. Take a look at it in slow motion. That safer barrier just takes all that impact from the car. whips around, slams the inside wall. I'm glad they extended that wall many years ago, but that was a massive hit.
And they had to just recently repair that safer barrier on the inside from the O'Reilly Series race earlier yesterday morning, as Carson Hocevar and Danny Hamlin will be on your front row. Kyle Larson and Josh Berry very close behind them.
And the sun is beginning to set here at Pocono. Hocevar going to lead the field back to Green, the driver, on the oldest tires. Here we go, down the front, where do we go? Good long for the 45, there we go! Around goes Blaney, still it's involved, Byron holding the inside wall. Caution comes down once again. And that is going to take out two drivers who took the alternate strategy, and Ryan Blaney, your defending race winner. Heartbreak for the 12th car.
Yeah, that was, again, another big crash here at Pocono, but unlike Reddick's crash, the big part of it comes from the stack up by the field. Only 3 cars were involved in the crash there. He cannot escape any. Looks like that may have been more of his fault that time. But 2 drivers who could easily win this race out of it.
Look at the safer barrier flex when the 24 hits that inside wall. Man, what a hard impact for that 24. They may not have been going at full speed, but I assure you, that is a very, very hard impact for those drivers. As 3 more cars are going to get added to the garage graveyard, as the choose cone is going to happen. Carson Hocevar, Denny Hamlin take the front row. Larson chooses to go with Hocevar. I think that's an interesting choice there. I think you decide to go with the Chevy teammate as we see the IBCS restart zone.
And in the restart zone, once again, Hocevar and Hamlin lead us off to Green. It's overtime here at Pocono, and the 77 gets clear of the 11 down the front straightaway. It's Hocevar out to the point as we head into turn number 1.
Carson Hocevar looking for a win here in Pocono, trying to hold off the 2 best drivers in the series. Denny Hamlin trying to clear Larson, but it's not going to work. This is great for Carson Hocevar. Can he do anything with it?
Carson Hocevar looking for his 3rd career win here in Nasmar, and he's going to have to hold off 2 of the very best to do it, and 2 of the very best to do it at Pocono. And here comes Denny Hamlin as we head into turn number 3. Carson Hocevar is going to have the greatest lap of his life. White flag here in Pocono.
And they take down the front straightaway. Big flag at number 77. Hamlin looks up high. Not going to be enough. It's still Hocevar out to the front of the field.
Carson Hocevar trying to break that draft. Here comes Denny Hamlin for the race lead. They're side by side out of 1, heading down the back straightaway into the tunnel turn. Hocevar trying to side draft. I don't think he can hang on.
Carson Hocevar, who is going to break last? Denny Hamlin, Hocevar around the outside. That's a huge move. Here comes Kyle Larson. What's going to happen as we go into turn number 3?
Hocevar loose in turn number 3. The 11 cleared out of front straightaway, and Denny Hamlin wins here at Pocono. What a finish! Hamlin and Toyota and JDR finally winners of the Tricky Triangle. My goodness, what a finish! And Carson Hocevar was just so close to getting his 2nd win in just 3 races. My goodness, what a finish!
What a finish indeed. Look at the snaking going down the front straightaway on the final lap. I thought Hamlin killed his momentum there, but he definitely used it to his full advantage when Hocevar slid up into 1. He's able to side draft that race car. With Kyle Larson trying to draft, it doesn't matter.
Look at that, Carson Hocevar, very crucial, trying to get that outside run and just gassed it up too early. And Denny Hamlin cruises to victory as he burns it down on the front straightaway. A massive smoke show out of that 11 as he's going to celebrate on the front stretch with his pit crew. As here is your race results.
Hamlin for the first time ever marks 1st in the finishing results. Carson Hocevar coming up runner-up. And then there's the pole sitter, Ryan Preece in 5th, Kyle Larson in 3rd. This track has not been great to him, but now he's able to break through, get a top 3. Kyle Busch in 15th, Daniel Suarez in 14th. And man, a very shocking finishing results, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, let's not forget about that 21 car of Josh Berry. He stayed on that pit strategy, and even though Carson Hocevar was the first car to finish that race with that pit strategy, that 21 Wood Brothers car that absolutely sucks this year ended up getting a top 5 finish. What a day for them.
And Catherine Legg finishing 32nd on the lead lap. Nothing but improvements out of that 78 Live Fast machine, as she has nothing to hang her head high about in those results. All the drivers that were involved in crashes today have been checked and released from the infield care center, so if those were one of your favorite drivers, nothing to worry about, they're all okay.
Well, that's gonna wrap things up here today at Pocono. Guys, got anything else to say? Because man, oh man, we were treated to an absolute show today.
I'm just surprised that most of those guys that stayed on that pit strategy actually was able to bring home a good finish. I thought tire wear would be one of the key factors today's race, but as you can see, Carson Hosfar was able to keep it on the outside on the final lap, foot to the floor, and somehow still hung on to it. So you can tell that tires did not matter as much as we thought.
We actually had a blown tire on that last lap that we forgot to mention. Ironically, it was Catherine Legg. As we headed through turn number 3, Catherine Legg had blew a right front tire, and it just hit the outside wall. So it has to beg the question now, how close were some of these drivers to having tire failures?
Yeah, well, that's gonna wrap things up here at Pocono. That was the last lap on Traction Racing Network. Up in the booth today, our guys on the pit road, Timothy Brown, SMCS Racing Network, and Bad Content here. And then the people on the Prairie Show, NG Cup Series, Bryce Sports Productions, Bryce Lamb, and Speedway Racing Network. Thank you all so much for watching. I want to thank the entire Nasmar committee for giving me this race, and I hope to see you all at San Diego on KKCS's channel. But this is IBCS signing off.
Hashtag last Nasmar ever.
No!